you want to hear something that's not funny, let's go. Well, what's not amusing is since the last video about this, I did the Leicester video, and when I transferred all my files that I recorded on this camera, I transferred into the studio editor, and when I closed it, all the clips went, including the bits I'd already done about this. So, right, we're going to start afresh. First thing you might have noticed is I've got a back wall, which is just a piece of flat card and a photograph of a sleeper cab interior. Now that is a photograph that I've taken myself of the sleeper cab in my truck, and I've just added the Scania 770S logo on the back so we can see that through the window when it's all together, which is what we're going to do now. So I need to put this cab on. It doesn't tilt, it has to slot on from the back into a locator, and then it comes down and fixes to the front, and I'll have to take the bumper off just to drop that down a little bit. The challenge that I have got with this now is I have to feed everything through, make sure we don't get caught up on the new partition wall. So that's not where it's going, obviously. Get rid of that because that's going to be in the way. And then if I move you around this side, you can see the hole in the back of the cab, which I was hoping to put the wires from this through the back of the cab, but that means I'll have to balance that, put everything through, balance that there, drop them down the back of the cab, etc., plug them into the board, and I don't think that's going to end very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of paper towels on the back of the unit, double thickness, and then lie that down there, plug these in, plug these 3 leads into the Bayer system, then plug these lights in for the working lights on the back of the tower, get the cab on, put the heavy pack on, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Bit of fiddling, bit of huffing and puffing, and the cab is for all intents and purposes on. And I've got no wires showing out here. I've got nothing showing inside the cab. I think there's going to be enough slack on that. And you know what? I don't think well is. No, there isn't. There isn't enough slack on them fucking cables. Going through the hole in the back of the cab is not an option. I'm going to have to extend those 2 wires. Right, that is the wires extended by 3, maybe 3.5 inches. Heat shrinked, soldered and double insulated. So now we try again. Right, 15 minutes later, I've finally got them in. So, all I need to do now is to get that cab located on its rear mount, which is there, and then pull it down, making sure all of the cables are up inside and not hanging down. And that, because of the floor that I've installed, should, am I still in shot? I can't see because I'm not looking at what I'm doing, not at the camera. So that's located, it's not located on the back. There it is, and there it is, and then that can plug into there, one-handed, and then that can go there, feed them through there, and there it nearly is. I know there's a bit of a gap between there and there. Right, where's the screws for that? There is the rear light cable in the way, so that needs to come up that side. Oh, why won't that go in there? It's not like there's anything stopping it, because if I have to relocate that cable, I am going to scream. Well, it's on. It is on. And the battery cable is through. A few choice words were being said, and it's on. I just need to put 4 bolts in there, and then I need to put, let me turn it around, and then I need to put 2 bolts in the bottom of the cab, which means to just drop this down slightly. There is only 1 bolt holding that in at the moment, and I think that's about it, apart from the aerials etc, the steps, and of course the wheels and tyres. Right, let's get the screws for that. Let's get it fixed together. Or should I test it first? Because if I don't, I'm going to have pulled a wire somewhere and it ain't gonna work. So let me get a battery in there and let's just test it. I noticed that just came on, I don't know why. don't want Gold 50, I want models. Scania 84. Right, let's see if it works. On. Get that in there. I will put the tank cap back on afterwards. Right, let's see how it goes. So far so good. Move my drink before that ends badly. Right, let's get it down. Let me get a Sunday morning murky daylight. Wheels are going around, headlights, yeah, they're all on. They're the right way round. Hazards. Lights, tap. So I've got lights here, lights here, lights here. And beacons. And beacon bar. Beacons, and side markers with side repeaters. Cool. Nicely crawling along. Rear lights without lenses. Brake lights. Let me turn the light off a little bit. Lights off, brake lights are on. Brake lights, reversing lights, side lights. Ow, Christ! Work lights. Yeah, they're right. So I'm going to screw it all together and I'm off. And right, I have now seen that my indicators are the wrong way round, because if you look at this indicator, I've got the rear indicators are the wrong way round. So it's either swap them around on the back or go back under the cab and just pull them out one for one. Never simple, is it? Right, I know this might sound strange, but I ended up taking the cab and the heavy pack off to swap the indicators round on the back, and that meant taking the floor up as well, which means taking the driver out. And to me that was the easiest option. I didn't have the heart to undo all the wiring at the back, so I'm just one bolt out of the bumper just to just so I can drop that down and get the two in front of the cab in, and then that's it, it's done. I've tested it all the lights work, and the indicators are all working right, which was a bloody good spot by Jackie. Thank you for that, for making me focus on something that I'd missed. It's been a long trip, this one. It's been a very frustrating build for one or two reasons, but it's done, it's in, and I'm happy with it. So now the bumper, I do like the way it goes together, but the way I've wired it, it really meant that having the cab not tilt was a little bit restrictive, but a couple of wire extending kind of overcome that, and yeah, and they're all in. And getting the heavy tower, the heavy pack, I don't know what to call them. This thing, heavy tower, heavy pack. I don't know what it's called. Not tightening it right up until I've got all four in. But yeah, it's very neat, very tidy. I'm very happy with it. Right, back that off half a turn. And then get this shard in. Got to put the rear mud guards back on, but that's an easy thing to do. And that was when I was lining up the rear lights. It's all going together now. That is the wheel arches on. I've had a little pause there. Neighbour called round. Nice to see her as usual, and yeah, we are ready to go with fitting some wheels. If I can find the box of bolts for the wheels. Where did I put them? There. They're in the corner. So, going to use my whizzing screwdriver. Not that I'm a big fan of them myself, power screwdrivers in general, but I don't mind using this smart screwdriver for the wheel nuts, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. 80 bolts later. Right, check the torque on this. And as you can see on the display, if we double click the button, we get to choose what torque settings. 1, 2, 3, 4 automatic, and then P for power. So I'm going to put it on P for power, and that should give it full torque spec on that. And then that's that. So put it on P for torque, full power, because they are wheel nuts, and just spin these on. And then while I'm doing that, I just want to, you know, say thank you to people that have commented on past videos and basically kept me focused on the job in hand, particularly people that have pointed out things that that they've noticed in the video that I haven't noticed, like the indicators being the wrong way around. That was a simple fix of just reversing that channel in the radio, and it didn't affect the Bayer SFR 1 setup. And yeah, which it kind of kept me on focus for when I was doing the rear indicators. Notice that they were completely different to the front. So yeah, that was Jackie. Not seen you for a long time. Need to get up to Ribble Valley at some point. Not been for a couple of years, because Saturday meets to me are a little difficult because I work Friday night into Saturday morning, and yeah, done them. And yeah, all the feedback that I've been getting, you know, very grateful for that. You know, whether it's encouragement, compliments, etc. So yeah, pretty good. And it's even more satisfying now that I've got the wheels back on, the cab and the heavy tower at the back bolted on. Finally come together. Finally come together, all worth it in the end. $80 wheel nuts, that's a lot. And yes, they have been off a number of times. So it has been quite the build. I I'd imagine if you build it stock with the stock wheels, it's not quite so involving. And that is back on its wheels, and that's on its lift position, so that's why that's spinning. These, I know a lot of people have been asking, they are chubby jack stands from RC4WD, and I got them off eBay, and yeah, very handy. No longer needed for this project. So now all I've got to do is swing it around, and that looks pretty darn good. Liking it, liking it. Let me get all the other parts out, such as the steps, etc., that all stick on. I'll get a fresh tube of adhesive and a cocktail stick, so I can be very precise in how I place the glue, because I don't want to get it all over the place, and put in the rear lights at the back. And so it is done. We have the V8 badge here, 770 here, Scania here. That's all the stickers that I'm putting on. I will be using my cutter, and I don't know whether to use Scania on the back or the Super on the back. So in the instructions it says to put Super on there, but I don't know where it says to put number 14 on the sticker sheet. So I'm going to have a look through the book and see where number 14 goes. So here it says to put the Super, which is sticker number 15, on here. And the footnote says the above stickers can be used in place of 15, which is 14 and 16. And they are, let's have a look. Ah, right, we've got an option whether to use Scania V8, Super or Scania. They are the three options you can have on the mud flaps. Well, it's got Scania written on it there, so I think I'm going to put Super on the mud flaps, because it hasn't got the word Super on it. Now I believe the word Super, when it's regarding a Scania, is because it's turbo. Because in the olden days, in the 60s, the Super was turboed, where the one that didn't say Super wasn't turboed. You know what I mean? So Super is turbo. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Super on there, on both sides. But I'm not going to cut the sticker sheet up. I'm going to use my Cricut cutter to do the Super, and if I can get it down to the little lines between, I'm going to do that. If not, it'll just be Scania. I don't think I need any of the stickers off there. I'm not really going to bother putting the warning stickers on the fuel tanks, which are up there. Because I don't want to cut this up just for a little sticker. I'll keep that as one piece, and if anybody wants it when I go to one of the truck meets, they can have it, because I'll never use it, because I don't want the 770 sprawling all down the side. So now for the cat plates, which is either category 1, 2 or 3, which is special types goods order. and because this is an 8x4, it's going to have Cat 3. And the other two are surplus to requirements. Now this goes somewhere here, goes somewhere there. That feels like it'll fit. Where's that a bit? I don't know, I might stick it there with a foam rubber double-sided pad, hoping it stays on there. So it should really go down towards, you know, somewhere down here. I've seen them over this side. So I think I'm going to put it right there. A little bit of pressure, and that is good to me. That is brilliante. Yeah, I do like that. The front looks really good, and I know it's not to everybody's taste. I don't like the brush guard, the moose bars or whatever you call them. I am not a big fan of them on the Euro trucks. It's personal taste. I personally don't like them. We've done a lot of work on the front of this to cover it up, and yeah, not my taste at all, but I do like it. So let me have a tidy up, let me have a cut with my cutter, and we'll see what the final result is. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I am calling this finished. So the only thing I've got to do is the Scania stickers for the rear mud flaps, and change the sound, and we are good to go. Right then, tell me what you think, because I am overjoyed with it. Absolutely beautiful. It's an absolute beast. It's huge. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Tell me what you think in the comments. What would you want me to do to it, without saying a bull bar, because they're not to my taste, and I don't want to put a crap load of stickers all over it. But yeah, very much liking that. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being patient with me while I do this. It has been a long time. I think it's taken me 4 months to do, probably longer. I haven't been counting and time's just flown by. So yeah, I am going to get my cutter out and get some Scania stickers for the mud flaps, because I think that's all it needs for me. And the air tanks at the top, I've got some single core black coated wire, and I'm going to make some piping that look like pigtails from one to the other, on the front side and the rear side, so just to give it a little bit of detail. So anyway guys, yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a journey, and this is going to Bristol next Sunday, and it's going to get the ballast trailer behind it. So yeah, very pleased with that, very pleased.